Tuesday. What's going on, Sergio? How you doing?
Doing excellent, sir. Excellent.
Oh, awesome. Yes, we got a great show for you. Yesterday, instead of today, the Grand Theft Auto 6, 12 years in the making trailer dropped yesterday instead of today. So I don't know about you, but I was watching it a couple of times. So I'm
That's the most
excited for
fun.
GTA 6, but my only problem and gripe with Rockstar Games is first of all, the distance between when GTA 5 came out and they're saying that GTA 6 is going to be in 2025. Like, come on. Couldn't we have done 6 months from now or something? Make it a little nicer. No, we got to go like 13, 18 months from now. Come on.
I'll let you
Wait,
talk
no,
to my son
wait,
about that.
wait, wait. Hey, you might be wondering why the hell are we talking about a video game? Well, we're Uber drivers. Look at what's going on. I mean, you're driving people around. It's like a little taxi cab. Hell, GTA 6 might even have like an Uber or Lyft within it. They might call it Boober, where a lady of the night comes and picks you up. Who knows?
Good idea.
But
Good
in
idea.
any event, there was some crazy stuff that was going on earlier this week when it came to a passenger that didn't want to get out of the car, and there was a little standoff there. So yeah, it kind of fits. But beyond that, yeah, we got a pretty good show for you guys. So hopefully you guys are doing well and gals. Um, and yeah, Serge, you ready for today?
Yes. You guys notice something? I changed my background to my winter background now.
Yeah,
I
your
have a
sunset.
beautiful
I know it.
sunset from my backyard. So there you
I know
go.
the sun is set. It's set 2 hours ago because it sets at like 4:30 here, which
Yeah.
sucks. And then it was snowing too, so I'm not happy today. But
I'm
that's all
happy.
right.
There you go. This is what's going to be for the next month or two or three, maybe. I don't know.
Until you get sick of it. Well,
Until
we
I get
got a great show for you today, so let's get right into it on our rundown. We have Gabe. So if you don't know Gabe, he's been on the show. He also co-hosts with myself the EV Money, which is a monthly live show here on the Rideshare Guy, which will be next Thursday that we're going to be doing that. But Gabe is going to be coming on because last week we talked about the ID and the ID theft and fake accounts. Well, Gabe was an unfortunate victim of that. So we're going to bring him on, share his thoughts, opinions, what's going on with him, his story, and it will be a continuation as well, what's going on. After that, we're going to be talking about Lyft bait and switching when it comes to scheduled trips, what's going on there. Also, is Uber going to start offering female drivers to female riders and vice versa? We're going to be talking about Lyft's TOS this time, treating drivers like employees versus independent contractors. What's going on? Uber, they're going to be happy with their stock price because
You're on mute, buddy.
it's over 60. I don't know if it's still over $60 a share, but ooh, that definitely took a nice turn up. So if you had stock when you bought low, good job. And then Uber, slow to pay drivers back, but quick to get its money back when they make a glitch in your favor. We're going to be talking about that. And then we're going to be talking about also our rideshare companies charging passengers enough to pay drivers fairly. We're going to be playing cash or trash. Would you accept or deny the rides? So make sure you stay tuned for that because we're going to bring 3 people on and see what they would do and who's going to win $25 there. And then also we're going to be doing our facts and funnies before we end the show. So we got a jam-packed show for you. And we'd like to thank today's sponsor, Upside. So, Sergio, I don't know about you, but I can't believe how much it costs for gas now.
I never pay full price, buddy. I'm telling you, I'm actually gonna, because for all the non-believers out there who go, Upside is trash, this and that, I'm gonna do a video showing the process, how easy it is, and it's a free app. So when people start complaining about free apps, I have a problem with that, but I never pay full price.
Nice. And you get paid real cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Real cash. I bought it 2 days ago. It showed up in my account yesterday. And it's easy. It's 1, 2, 3. And I'm definitely going to do a video to show how simple it is. And
it is very simple. Yeah. I mean, and it actually got simpler over time. So it's even easier at this point. But yes, make sure you download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code RSG25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill up. Again, that's code RSG25. A quick disclaimer, cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey or Wisconsin, but you can use cashback on different things like restaurants, convenience store items, grocery items, things like that. So it does have more than just gas. And, if you go to some of these restaurants, you're going to get some cash back there too. And it just goes back in your pocket, especially with today's day and age where everything is going up, up, and up. It's just good to get some back. So yes, download that free app. Link will be in the description below.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
what are we doing today?
we are going to bring Gabe on in just a moment and talk about his story. So why don't you fill in everybody, though, what we were talking about last week, and then we can lead in with Gabe coming on, sharing his story of what happened.
For sure. Yeah, a little refresher for people who were not here last week. So we put up a story that a Florida woman who works for the post office at her spare time wanted to do some Uber, and she uploaded her documents just like we all do, downloaded the app, and guess what? She got denied. And then she called Uber support and said, what's happening? And they said, well, your account is already in use by like 3 or 4 different people already. And this is something that we're going to continuously talk about until this problem is, it's never going to be solved. There's just too many drivers, but there should be more scrutiny on these apps, TNCs and DNCs, transport network companies and delivery network companies, to do frequent checks to get rid of these fraudsters, because you can literally go by down the street and buy an account and be on DoorDash or Uber Eats, which is completely unsafe, because these people who are using these fake accounts have not been vetted and have not gone through a background check. And that lady couldn't get on the app, so she had like 3 or 4 people. And out of all people, Chris, this week Gabe says, what the F? I'm going like, what happened? And then he goes, well, they blocked my account. I'm going like, well, what happened? And then now we can bring him on and he can tell us, his story with his own words in about 10 minutes.
What's going on, Gabe? How you doing?
Just trying to find some inner peace, man. Because my soul
sounds like you need to right now.
My soul's in turmoil, man. Okay.
Tell us quick what happened.
Well, I mean, it's really simple. I dropped my kid off at school yesterday morning, and I went out to try to scrape together some Uber rides in a very oversaturated market, as you pointed out many times, Sergio. And because the only reason I'm doing Uber right now is because Uber has a guaranteed $35.20 for 290 rides before December 18th, I think, or December 17th.
Yeah. And you had done 115 trash trips for that, I see already.
I had done 115 trash trips. Actually, you know what? My earnings for last week were $27 an hour after expenses. So
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Bad. That's not bad. So, and that's even like super oversaturated, doing only about 3.5 rides an hour sometimes. But luckily we had a busy Friday last night. Anyway, went to turn on the app. It said, this account is blocked. I'm like, blocked. And then, you click on that, to resolve, go online when resolved. Oh, go online when resolved. Oh, why didn't I think of that? Anyway, I logged out of the app. I uninstalled and reinstalled the app, and then I called customer support. Boy, was that a mistake. Because that's a huge waste of time for anything. Don't ever call support. I should know this. I should know better. Of all people, I should know better.
10 years, you should know that. Yeah.
Don't call support for any reason, because they are far more likely to make the problem worse than they are to fix it. And the people at support, you make it clear that they don't work for Uber, right? That's one of our drum beats here at Show Me the Money Club. They don't work for Uber. I don't know who they work for. Jack in the Box, maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, but so hold on a second. So you can't do this the guarantee anymore. You're effed.
Well, yeah, until I get reactivated, sure.
All right. So what did the support in Philippines tell you, and then tell us what you did after you banged your head into that black hole?
I talked to a very, very nice man in the Philippines by the name of Ron. If you're listening, Ron, salamat. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are a very kind and patient man to listen to my middle-aged law degree having ass ranting on and on about how much I hate Uber. But he got about 10 minutes of that. And then I'm like, and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do something to your account so that it'll escalate it and someone will take care of it. And blah. I'm like, don't you dare do anything to my account, Ron, because you're gonna make it worse. He's like, oh no, it's okay, I can do that. I'm like, no, don't do anything, don't touch it, stop it. Just make me a green light. Yeah, just make me a green light appointment. He's like, oh, let's see. Are you in San Francisco? I don't see a green light in San Francisco. I don't know where it is. That's because San Francisco is a metropolitan area and there isn't one in San Francisco. They're all outside San Francisco. He's like, oh, I don't know which one you want. I'm like, and then while he's like putting me on hold and coming back from off hold and blah, 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 I just get on the app and make a green light hub appointment.
Okay.
You can either do video or you can go into the green light hub. I was in the green light hub this happened at 8:20 in the morning. I was in the green light hub at before 10 o'clock, went in and sat down with a very nice young lady there who told me that my account is being investigated for fraud. I actually left out some of the things that Ron told me. He said that somebody had photoshopped my driver's license, started an Uber Eats account. He says he doesn't know. It's either in Orlando or San Diego or maybe Worcester, Mass. I'm not sure, but they've made 600 trips. I'm like, how do you know this? Can you give me this information? Give me the driver's license number and the plate on the car. He says, oh, that information violates the terms of service if I give it to you. I'm like, but this is my account, right? You're investigating me for fraud, so why can't you give me my own information that I allegedly put into my account? Oh, no, it violates.
Okay, so hold on. Somebody did 600 trips and they just caught up to it? Is that what happened?
That's what he said. But you know what? These guys
don't even know where it is.
Know. They make up shit. I don't know. They see some things.
They don't even know. It could be San Diego, Florida. I mean, that's the opposite sides of the country. It's like you could simply look at the 600 trips and you would know exactly. But here's the best part. It's probably at both ends of the country, actually, because if they're selling your account, there's more than one.
Account's being used all over the place, probably. Like the other lady, it was 3-4 different accounts. So
I've been an Uber driver for 10 years, so I'm used to getting it from both ends.
Oh, shit. Come on. Anyway, and then so at the green light hub, you're there, and then they give you some more bunch of info, and then they tell you what.
They said we have to send this to the fraud team. I'm like, no, not the fraud team. No, don't send me to the fraud team. She turned her laptop around and showed me a photo of the ID that was uploaded, and a much younger looking man than me uploaded his photo. I'm like, that guy looks like he's 25. I'm like, look at the date on the driver's license.
Okay, but you know what this is though? We've been talking about this quite a bit, Gabe. Then they're doing this, accounts are floating around, fake accounts, and it's super unsafe, right? And some shit's gonna go down that Uber is gonna regret not stopping these things, right? And I mean 600 trips, if that's a correct number, that's a lot of trips for the system not to catch up to it somehow. You know what I mean? It didn't happen overnight. So where are you at with this?
How did the guy
crazy thing is, how did it not flag it from the get-go? Like, if you're putting in the same information or something that's going to be matching numbers, shouldn't that have already been in the systems that says, oh, this is a red flag, you can't sign up or anything like that?
I mean, Uber has 30,000 employees. How many of those people do you think are making a little money on the side selling driver profiles and information onto the dark web?
Okay, don't get our conspiracy crowd going here. So
well, it's not a conspiracy. Like 30,000 employees, it's possible that more than one guy could be doing that.
That's going to happen. It probably happened in Philippines, bro. It probably happens more in Philippines than it happens here. So because they have all your information in Philippines.
It's true. They got it there.
So,
they got it. Or who knows? I mean, my information's all over the web. Honestly, you can type my name into Google and get my phone number and my home address. Like everyone here, you get your
So how did you leave the green light hub? Did you get arrested or something happened?
No, but it got a little dicey. Security had to ask me to leave, and I'm like, "Are you guys authorized to put your hands on me and drag me out?" And they're like, "Oh, we can't tell you what we can and can't do." And I said, well,
"So that's a no."
You know you're a lawyer.
I'm like, "You're gonna have to go call the Oakland Police Department and have me arrested for trespassing." And good luck for that. With that, by the way, seeing as 911's going to put you on hold for 15 minutes, and 4
Well,
hours later they'll come here and they
okay,
won't.
so where are you now? So what's happening now? Well, you're still not
I
there.
got a bunch of. Well, I sent you a bunch of emails and messages
Pending.
that they sent me this morning, and
Okay.
they're just looking into it.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So what, Gabe, I mean, this is something that we've been talking about, that it's happening quite often. It specifically is happening on Eats or DoorDash side because there is no check. Like, it happens less frequently. Still happens, by the way, that you can buy an Uber driver rideshare account any way you want. But that's tougher to do because they ask more frequent ID verification, right, with the selfie.
Yeah.
And in food delivery, it doesn't happen at all. There's just, you're out there and you're doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
People with multiple accounts, DoorDash accounts, 2s and 3s, they're grabbing all the good orders out of the. I mean, I've seen delivery drivers with 2 or 3 phones in their hands. Everybody, they're all using different accounts, and the companies are not doing anything about it. So we're sorry to hear your story. Obviously, I mean, it happened to you, so it could happen to anybody.
Well, yeah. I mean, the worst part is that it happened to me. So definitely.
Yeah. In the middle of a guarantee.
Yeah, in the middle of a guaranteed bonus, and like
115 out of 290.
I threatened them with Prop 22. I threatened them with binding arbitration. They're violating state law when they just deactivate someone with no information, really. Like, anyway.
So we'll keep.
But this does make it like everyone here in the chat. If you're one of these people who's like, oh, I only do Lyft, or oh, I only do Uber, you're not. You're breaking one of our cardinal rules here. Don't be loyal to either of these companies, because neither of these companies is loyal to you. So there's no reason for that kind of loyalty, and you want to hedge your bets. Or, oh, well, back in 2017 when I started, Lyft didn't make me any money. Well, maybe it's different. Like, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Things change.
Yeah,
hedge your bets. Be on more multi-app.
Well, we'll see where this goes. Hopefully it gets resolved quick so you can go back to your guarantee with all the trip radar trash that you're collecting.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they don't even really send me that many trips. I have to take everything off of the trip rider, but I don't care. I take the $4 rides, $3 rides. The smaller the ride, in fact, I even put up a sign in my car that said, please don't tip me. I'm on an Uber bonus. Every dollar you tip me takes away from my bonus. It's true. I don't want
I'd be like, only tip in cash, please.
If I average more than $12 a ride, I won't get any guarantee money. What? But if I average $6 a ride, I will get $5 a ride times 290. So why do I want to get tipped? I don't.
When does the end? The 17th, you said? December 17th, 18th?
Yep.
Oh man, that's gonna be close.
I'm gonna do it. Yes. I got it all planned out. It's fine. It's less than 15 rides a day. It's fine.
Yeah, but that's under the assumption that you get back on tomorrow.
Yes, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I'm hedging my bets. I've got a Lyft bonus. I get $150 for doing 50 rides a week.
EV,
true. EV credit.
EVs.
They need to roll that out to the rest of the country in order to make it successful.
They do, but they don't really care about success. Like, these companies only think one quarter in the future. So,
all right,
yeah, pretty much.
Well, you keep us posted.
Are we going to be profitable?
Yeah,
that's their only question.
Keep us posted, please, and then we'll keep our crowd posted. And hopefully, when you finish, you come back on and show us the result. If you finish.
We'll see.
Yes, and Gabe and I will be back on next week on Thursday for EV Money, so I'm sure we'll probably have an update there. Because actually, isn't that the 17th? Or no, that's the 14th. So
I see all you EV drivers here in the Bay Area with your Uber and Lyft stickers. I know you're not all on my Facebook group, and I know you're not watching our live stream. So get with it.
All right.
Google, look for
yes, guarantees kind of include tips. That's why we always say read the fine print, because we've seen them where it says tips are not included, and then where it does say tips are included. So
one is tips included.
That. So if you see a guarantee, you read the fine print.
Tips and surge are included.
Yep. All right. So so we say goodbye. You're gonna play your ukulele. Is that what you're gonna do?
This is my calming song, my deactivation song.
Okay.
You can. fade me out, or I don't know how you're gonna do it.
I don't know, because usually removal just removes you outright.
All right. See you
All right,
guys.
well,
Thanks.
Gabe.
See you, buddy.
All right, thanks, Gabe. He needs some lyrics to that, like "Oh, kumbaya."
Yeah,
or
no.
something.
Put
But yeah,
everybody to sleep.
so first and foremost, this is happening. This is getting bigger and bigger as more people are coming onto the platform. Uber said last quarter for their earnings call that they've gained 1.5 million new drivers worldwide. So that includes Eats and rides. So yes, it's something to pay attention to. The best thing to do is help safeguard your data when it comes to anything, so you can try to protect it. But other things is trying to erase some of your data, making sure that you stay up to date on any issues or anything like that. When there's data leaks, those types of things can all help you keep your identity, because it's very easy to go buy an identity online. Unfortunately, it's very easy. And yeah, they can use that information to sign up. Whether you are a rideshare driver or food delivery driver or not, it doesn't matter. So that's one of the big things when it comes down to it. So just be careful. Yes, you can erase data. There's different ways you can. That's been leaked online.
Yeah. So yeah, be careful out there.
First,
Obviously.
actually, too, we also want to thank Joe for becoming a new member. Appreciate that, and
Yeah, Joe,
DT.
thank you, thank
Welcome.
you. Yeah, I mean, look, man, this is happening. We're going to keep talking about this. There's a lot of migrants who are taking these jobs on from Ukraine, Venezuela. I know this for a fact that it's not a great experience for these people who just showed up in this country, and they're handed an account and said, go out there and do 12 hours of DoorDash or 12 hours of Uber Eats or whatever it is, and and then people are handing him these accounts, and they're working and being handed $50 at the end of the day. To them, $50 is a lot more than what they would have made in their country for a whole week, and they're getting that in a day. And then the rest of the whoever they are, these people are keeping the money. And this is very, very common. This could be easily stopped. But they're not doing it just for the fact that on DoorDash, minimum order is down to $2. On Uber, it's like $1.50 to $2. Who the hell in their right mind will do a delivery for $2 base fare? But these people are doing it. They're taking every single order and taking their masters the money. And this could easily be stopped by verification every 2 hours. Every rideshare driver, and this is prevalent in rideshare and very unsafe, obviously. But every rideshare driver and every delivery driver, courier should be verified every couple of hours, and this problem will end because these people will have no way of verifying their ID.
Well,
But they're not doing it.
I think beyond that, more needs to be done in terms of when the sign up process is. So if there is a sign up, I mean, they already have a pretty intricate system, and I don't understand how or why these things are not being flagged
Yeah.
if another person is trying to create an account with the similar or same information. If especially if there's like one or two changes, there should be a lot more security that's generated in this aspect.
But the simplest thing, Chris, is just do a face verification every couple of hours. All these people will disappear. Like if they had done one with Gabe's, right? Face ID on Gabe and Face ID on the guy who was fraudulently using his account doing 600 deliveries, this would end, right? And to me, important thing is they're not doing it for a reason. The reason they're not doing it is because those $2 garbage orders, door trash orders, have to get delivered somehow, or those $3 rideshare trips that we see now, very common, are going to get done by these people. They don't care. They're just out there and trying to make $50, $80 a day by working for somebody else, and it's a huge problem. And the companies know this, and it adds to the oversaturation that we're already experiencing. Anyway, so we're going to keep talking about this. I mean, there's no way of being PC on this. I mean, I feel for these migrants because they're being taken advantage of, exploited. And I also feel for the existing drivers, veterans or not, for them to go through this, and then more drivers are out on the street, right? And I think it's unfair on both ends, and they could easily be fixed. But hopefully, we're going to go somewhere with this, because next one is going to go to the media because it's unsafe. To be honest with you, I said this last week. I'm going to say it again. I ordered food with DoorDash. It says Mary is going to bring your order, and when Bob shows up, there is a very wrong picture with this, because one of those Bobs is going to rob me one day, and that'll be the end of that. So I don't want to deal with that. So that's it. Yeah, let's move on. but we'll
All
keep
right.
at
So
it.
yeah, and one final thing when it comes to it, if you ever actually two final things, if you ever get a text from Uber with a little number that's attached to it, saying like your verification code or something, do not respond to that. Actually, you could call the company and say, "Hey, look, there's something going on here," and have something that route. Especially if you did not process that verification code. You know, if you would, where you get that 4-digit text message. So just be careful with that. And then, secondly, if there is anybody that falls victim to this, let us know because we want to know any information we can regarding whether it's going to be more food delivery, whether it's rideshare, all those different things. So,
I agree. Yeah.
all right. So let's move on. Let's talk about the bait and switch that that Lyft is pulling when it comes to scheduled trips. Gotta love
We
that,
talked
don't
about
you?
this. How many times we talked about this already, right? And
Oh my God, a lot.
uh, and David Risher, when we interviewed David Risher a couple of months ago now, he says, we'll look into it, we'll fix it. And obviously, it's not being done, right? Because this driver up in the Bay Area did such an amazing job with these little short videos that he sent us that we're compelled to show it. And Lyft, it is continuing. This needs to stop. I get it. This, you show me a trip at 35. When the ping comes in, it better be 35 because nothing has changed. I haven't even picked up the passenger. The reason I'm picking up that scheduled trip at 35 because it fits my matrix that I'm profitable at 35. Don't even change it by a penny because I'm pretty sure they're not changing the rider's fare on the back end, are they? I
Oh
doubt
God,
it.
no.
Okay, so Lyft, I know you guys watch these. Please stop this. We talked about this many times, and we're still getting this. This is an easy fix. This is not, that hard. And there you go. I mean, these are pretty self-explanatory. Then, when we play the
Yeah,
videos, you guys will see.
we had a driver that sent us a couple of videos and was showing them. So we'll go through them right now. When it comes to what was going on.
Well, there's one. There it is. The guy even circled it, 2706, right? So he takes that trip, 15 miles in 20 minutes. And then the next day, he's online. He's in a $2 bonus zone. And the exact same trip, ping comes in at 2738. And he even does the math for us. I mean, this is like the way we like to see our, audience. And then he goes directly to the X, right? And it should have been 2906. Where did the $2 go? I mean, this is $2, $1.50, $2 every single time, Lyft.
Yep.
I
Here's
mean,
the next one.
okay. I mean, if this is not self-explanatory for Lyft to understand what we're talking about here, then Lyft has problems. I mean, this doesn't take a genius to figure out. And there it is. He's in this. So he added it up. It should be 3105, and then ping comes in at 3037. All right. Some people are going to say, well, what's the big deal? It's 60 cents. It's $1 here and $1.50 there. That's not the point. The point is I'm a subcontractor for a contractor that is Lyft. I want my money. I don't want to get anything less. Period.
Well, not only that, you agreed upon the price when you accepted that scheduled trip. That was your understanding. That was your agreement. They're changing the agreement.
I agree. I mean, I wish somebody from Lyft would explain this. This has been going on for months now. Months. Okay. This is not the first time. We showed this in screenshots multiple times, and it's gone to deaf ears. I mean, this is the difference between Uber and Lyft. I mean, seriously, when we're dealing with Uber, they're trying and they're fixing stuff that I know. And this stuff is not just getting even looked at. And you guys got to start looking at this because we have a date with Mr. Risher in 4 months. He promised he would come back. And I'm like, this is just simple. There is no ifs and buts. Nothing is changing. The trip duration and distance is not changing. I took the scheduled trip because I wanted it at that price, not on anything else. There's another one, 2108. There's a $2 bonus. It should be 2308, 2303, and then it comes in at 2236. I'm like, I get it. This is just a single driver, Chris, with just 4 or 5 of these, right? Each time 60 cents, 80 cents, dollar less, correct? Multiply that times how many million Lyft drivers?
And well, how many scheduled trips there are? Because if they're doing on, I mean, has anybody had a scheduled trip that comes in the exact penny, down to the penny of what it's
or pay
supposed to
more,
be?
pay more, send
Or
me
pay
those.
more?
Yeah, send me
Yeah.
those. We'll show it. We'll show it. Pay me those. We'll show it. I mean, we're not just here to say negative, negative, negative. It's not the idea. The idea is we're in a business. We're trying to be profitable. We're trying to make money. And don't do this. This is unnecessary. I mean, I'm going to say unfair, but everything is fair when it comes to upfront fares. But this needs to end, Lyft, like ASAP, because this is like 3 months now we're talking about this. So please indulge us, and please help these drivers not get shaved by 50 cents, 80 cents, dollar. Just don't do this.
I mean, right there, like that let's just say that was in one day.
Yeah.
There, he had more, by the way. He sent us a bunch of them, so that was just a few of them. But let's say there was that many that he was scheduling out throughout the day, and it was, ended up being, $5-10. Add that up again over time, over a week, over a month, over a year. How much will that add up to? So that's where the issue is. And again, you accepted something at a particular contract, saying, hey, yes, I will accept and take this ride based on the price that you offer. And then when it's time to actually come to and offer the ride, it's at a different price. That doesn't make any sense. And again, it's the problems with these algorithms where it looks like they're taking matters into their own hands in a way. And again, it's just the brokenness when it comes to upfront earnings and upfront pay. I think they need to scrap it. I think they need to put it away and table it and shelve it for right now, and go back to the rate cards for the time being, and still give us the upfront information so we know where we're going, where we're dropping off, and we have an estimate of what we're expecting to make for that particular ride, but still based on time and distance, and then that way it can be adjusted accordingly.
Well, I'm pretty sure our audience and ourselves, we like one part of upfront fares. That's undeniable. The part that we see the destination. We see the pickup, we see the destination. If anybody doesn't like that, then you shouldn't be doing rideshare. But when it comes to these kind of games, this all has been happening because of upfront fares. All this stuff started because of upfront fares. The surge shaving, surge replacement, boost shaving, EV shaving, all this is because of upfront fares, because we don't know how we get paid. We don't know. Nobody knows. I'm pretty sure only a handful of people know at Lyft how this works out. But how simple is this? I picked that scheduled trip because it fit my parameters, and the next day I expected it to be the same, because now what are you going to do, Lyft? Now, as a driver, you piss me off for the rest of the day. It's 5:30 in the morning. I'm trying to take somebody maybe to the airport. I'm going to cancel. When I cancel now, your system has to scramble and find another driver for this person to get picked up. Don't play these games. Let just things work out smooth. No problem, right? And one other thing that somebody said, can they take him to small claims court? No, not for this. But there are certain other things you can take him to small claims court for, such as deactivations and things like that. But I'm sure at some point, some lawyer is going to watch one of these shows, and he's going to go, this looks like a class action. Now, which one is better? Fix this, save yourself a whole bunch of legal fees and a suit probably, or this. We're not saying it's coming or not coming. What we're saying is that's what we're fighting with here. Like, why should we even do this? Show it, present it, let us accept, let us drive. None of this is necessary.
Yep. All right. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about something that Uber is actually taking a page from Lyft, apparently. And that is the fact of female able to request female drivers. So pretty interesting there, Serge.
Yeah, I got this from a driver in Orange County, California. Actually, I did a behind the wheel with her, very popular one. I'm not going to give her a name, but she says, do you know anything about this? I'm like, no, but now I do. So as we all know, a few weeks ago, not a few weeks, maybe a month and a half ago now, Lyft started offering trips to female passengers with female drivers. Obviously, the density is not going to work in that, but then I was liked by a lot of female passengers and drivers. I mean, if I'm a little intoxicated, leaving a bar at 3 a.m, and if I can get a female driver and I'm female, then great. I mean, I think it's a pretty cool idea. Now, a lot of people did not like this, Chris, because they go, "Nah, this is discrimination against men." I'm like, okay, whatever.
Mhm.
We're in such a state in this country that like everything is bad. I'm like, no, I thought that was a good idea by Lyft, right? And now Uber is trying it, and I'm shocked that Uber didn't even lead in this department, but they probably are looking into the legalities of it, all kinds of things, because Uber thinks a lot about these things. There you go. Ricky Life says my passengers love it. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with this. And so Uber is testing it. If you guys have seen this in your apps as a driver, as a female driver, I'm sure they're not going to send it to me. But
Yeah, same.
as a female driver, if you see this, please send it to me, Sergio at therideshareguy.com. I think this is very interesting. And I think we may have caught Uber with their pants down big on this one. And not in a bad way, because usually it's in a bad way, not this one. I think this is a good idea. And because now Uber is completing that circle, Chris, they have Uber Teen, right?
Yep.
So you can get teenagers. They have Uber Pet. And now you have female to female matching, or gender to gender, I guess. Let's be PC on that one. But I think it's a great idea. And at their scale, I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with this picture. But I'm sure some people will disagree with me.
Well,
but I think it's a good idea.
I think the only time it would be bad is if you ordered a ride and your driver's name is Cheryl, but Bob comes.
Yep.
And Bob is, somebody who's not of the proper person who should be doing it because they have a fake account. So those types of things it would be the issue, where it would be like, again, a security issue, what we talked about earlier.
Well, now Rolando, stick around to the end, and the funnies will have that answer. Actually, what's coming? So long story short, I like this idea. If Uber's testing it, great. I mean, look, the numbers don't support this, because 52% of Lyft's passengers are female. Okay, and only 26 or 27% of all drivers on the platform are female. And I'm assuming that during bar hours, late night hours, that number collapses, or that number probably goes down to less than 10, 12%, probably, right? And so the matching part is going to be a little difficult. But if I'm female and leaving a bar and I'm a little, inebriated, I don't mind waiting an extra 10, 15 minutes for a female driver to pick me up if I'm feeling unsafe, obviously. So I think this is a good idea. I think Uber is going to definitely follow Lyft on this, which is shocking because usually it's the other way around, but I think it's a good idea.
All right, let's move on. Last week we talked about Uber's TOS and how logging drivers out of the TOS is actually against their own terms of service and the Prop 22 guidelines when it comes to what's on Prop 22. But we need to talk about some Lyft TOS and what's going on there. So here we got some Lyft TOS to go over.
We didn't want Lyft to feel out of the game, to be left out of the game. So I have been through this, and I'm sure a lot of people in the chat have been through this. There is a thing called, Lyft does not like cancellations. Although you pick up unaccompanied minor, although you pick up, you say no car seat, they just don't like it. The system doesn't like it. I'm sure people at Lyft have good intentions, but whoever wrote this into the system doesn't like it. So when the system does not like it, even if you're canceling according to the TOS, which says these are all the reason on the right-hand screenshots why you should cancel and you can't cancel, and it will be okay to cancel, right? All these reasons. I don't feel safe, obviously, unaccompanied minor, child without a car seat, all these things, all these bullet points on the right side. But when you do cancel, even with those reasons, Lyft will send you this automated garbage email, right? And if you do too many of these, they will force you to go to cancellation rehab school. That they did with me about 9 months ago. I think it was like hilarious, right? I had to go through a whole bunch of shit.
That was a year and a half ago at this point.
Year and a half ago?
We were talking about it just before we started the show.
Yeah. And then you get this email. It goes, your driver account has been flagged for poor passenger experiences. Please review the following. Canceling too often. I'm like, look, dude, if I run into 4 people who are underage minors, I'm going to cancel and move on, unlike some other drivers who are taking a huge risk by doing these trips. But then the system doesn't recognize that somehow. And I spoke to this driver, and she says, I was just doing it because there was no car seat. I was not doing it for any other reason other than the terms of service. So obviously we did this last week because Uber was booting people off at airports for hours sometimes, and not signing them off, logging them out, and we brought the TOS, and then kind of this is the debate that we're having. Should they even send these emails out? Because this will ruin somebody's mental state for a day, because if they're only on Lyft, and the next act is going to be deactivation, right? Because you're canceling too much. Well, we didn't want to leave Lyft alone, and I dug into the terms of service on Lyft, and there it is, clear as day. I even circled it for you people. A relationship with Lyft. What is my relationship with Lyft? Both companies, the relationship is this: the passenger is our customer. We are Uber's and Lyft's customer. Period. That's one relationship, and that relationship is based on an independent contractor status. Period. Let's get that clear in the TOS. However, Lyft says Lyft does not and shall not be deemed to direct or control you generally in your performance under this agreement, specifically including in connection with your provision of rideshare services. So we're providing rideshare services to our customer, which is the passenger. Your acts or omissions or your operation and maintenance of your vehicle. Okay, so clear. It's our vehicle. It's pretty clear. And you have you retain the sole right to determine when, where, and for how long you will utilize the Lyft platform. Great. Turn the app on, turn the app off whenever we want. Clear as day, right? So far. And here it comes. Lyft does not and shall not be deemed to unilaterally prescribe specific dates, times, and days. So they're not putting you in a schedule. That's what, unlike an employee that you don't have a schedule. And then you retain the option. Here it is. You listen to this, people. You retain the option to accept or to decline or ignore a rider's request for rideshare services via the Lyft platform, or to cancel an accepted request for rideshare services via the Lyft platform, subject to Lyft's then current cancellation policies, which I showed on the right-hand side screenshot, which are basically kids with no car seats, underage minors, I don't feel safe. Here they are on the right side. So when a driver is doing everything to the T, right? Crossing all T's, dotting all I's, and then Lyft turns around, the system sends you this garbage email, right? Some lawyer, again, somewhere is going to look at this and say, you're treating me like an employee while you're calling me an independent contractor. This is going to be a huge problem. Again, Lyft, this is not your day to get picked on, but this is when I see this, I have to talk about this. This needs to end. End. It's a simple thing. Simple. That's it. Simple.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing. The easiest thing you can do is you build it into your system for the reasons why it's canceled. If it's canceled for a particular reason like that, then it shouldn't be counting against the driver in any aspect, and they should not be getting one of these emails ever, because again, it shouldn't be flagged because you are in accordance with the TOS. They specifically put it right there. So that's, I saw in the comments somebody saying this is for cancellation. Yes, you're right. This is for cancellation. TOS, it says that when it comes to the cancellation. It's something where I think all drivers are going to be good and happy to hear that. But this is something where, if you see something like this, you're going to get an email and it's going to piss you off, and it can be completely avoided by them programming their systems properly. And yes, the people who are canceling for no reason or whatever it might be, well, then they should get some sort of email like that. But when you are actually denying rides because of unsafe conditions, like too many passengers, or it comes to too many, children without car seats, children, period, without adult supervision, any things like that, you don't feel safe. All of those things need to be taken into account and not used against you.
I agree. I mean, look, this is clear as day. This is their TOS. I didn't put that there. It's right there. You guys don't believe it? Go to your TOS, number 19. Go to number, and then these are the disclaimers that they say, well, if the app is glitchy, it's not our responsibility, just like 6.1 was last week on Uber. Disclaimers, obviously, they have to put that in there. But this is not an app glitch or whatever problem. This is an automated system that when you do cancel a few, you will get that email. I'm like, okay, then if I'm going to get that email, why is it clear as day to me what I can cancel for, right? If I can cancel for all the reasons that we showed you guys, and I'm allowed to cancel for those reasons, I do get it. There are some jackass drivers, which in fact, I had a Twitter battle yesterday about the 24-hour CEO of OpenAI, okay? No joke. The guy was complaining online that 3 drivers went right by him, canceled, and called him and said, "You cancel, sir," right? I'm going, those are all mass challenge drivers. Yes, they're trying to maybe keep their AR high or whatever, or CR to get certain tiers or whatever, not right? But those are idiots. First of all, you drove to the guy for at least 2, 3, 4 minutes. You spent time and gas. What's the goddamn point in sitting there trying to collect a $2 cancellation fee? Just freaking drive, bro.
Yeah,
because
right.
by them doing that, Chris, is the reason this is happening. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, bro, I'm canceling unaccompanied minor. I click unaccompanied minor. That shouldn't even go against my cancellation policy. It shouldn't even be there because
Or
it's
in your
under your
case,
terms of service.
crackhead.
Yeah. So, and then for those idiots, these guys who justifiably cancel are trying to battle with support for 45 minutes to get their $2. Like, Lyft, come on, Lyft. You're better than this, man. Anyway.
Yep. Well, just so you guys know what's going on when it comes to the TOS, so you can always mention that with your support chat and let them know what's going on, or if there's even a hub that's open on Lyft. I don't even think they do anymore. I think it's only Uber that has them, but yeah, definitely something to pay attention to and how things are when it comes down to the TOS and how they're not really paying attention to it when they're sending out these mass emails like that.
Yeah, no,
All
you're
right,
right.
so
Yep.
let's move on. Let's talk about Uber. Uber stock is popping. It has rebounded quite a bit from their low. What was it? Last year was their low, and now it's at the high point. So it decided to pop a little more because of some big news.
Yep, they're in the big boy club now, S&P 500. For whoever knows what this is, it's the top 500 companies in the US when it comes to market capitalization and many other things. And as of last Friday, Uber was in the rebalancing. They were announced that they were chosen to the S&P 500 when about a month after upfront fares showed up, which was about almost a year and change ago now. Stock was 21. Now the stock is just 60, with 6 is 0. And it went up some more, obviously, because of the rebalancing. Every fund that follows the S&P 500 has to actually buy shares. And sure enough, stock is at 60. And now, I don't want to do a rant here or tirade here, but and this is not because people are watching, not watching later or whatever. This is the truth. Uber, okay, I definitely know you guys are watching. So this is done on the back of the sweat and blood and tears of your drivers. Okay, I mean that's a fact. You guys can all say we created the marketplace. Without passengers there is no Uber. Well, without drivers there is no Uber. Okay. We, in fact, actually talked about this a year ago or so. I said, why don't they start paying their veterans and stuff in some Uber stock or something, right? And then people were laughing. Well, look where those shares would be by now. Yeah, it would be pretty cool, right? And so I think Uber should thank their drivers that they brought them here from nothing really. I mean, during the pandemic, company shaky to now, as of yesterday's close, okay? Uber is $120 billion with a B dollar market cap company. We're not joking here now. $120 billion market cap company. And I think at some point, hopefully, these drivers will get rewarded with some stock or some shares, especially drivers who've been on the system for 5, 6, 7 years with thousands of trips. Show them some love. Those are the drivers that are bringing you here, not anything else. Because the passenger is as flighty as possible. They can go to Lyft because if it's cheaper. But there are certain drivers that are loyal to you. They've been on your system for years and years, and it's on their backs that you're here. So at least, a gratitude or thank you, hit a little stock, or here's something, here's a bonus or something. And sure enough, I sent it to you today as if they're listening with I'm like, what? So Okay, I don't want any complaints on this, and I'm not going to say anything. This showed up in my app, driver app, okay? And Uber goes, as if like they knew we were going to do the segment, which they don't, and it goes, so win 500 in Uber Cash. What a trip. Yes, of course. On the back of your drivers, you got to the S&P 500. Thank you, Mr. Khosrowshahi and everybody at Uber. This year was amazing, mainly for one reason. You. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, but that's not enough. But on the right-hand side, I hope everybody got this by now because I got it in LA. And it says different prices all month long. So between December 4th and 10th, 50 winners get $500 in Uber Cash, which means you have to use it for Uber Eats or something. It's not like actual cash. Week 2, December 11th to 17th, 5 winners will get 2 game day tickets and $5,000 in prepaid card. Now, I like that one. Week 3, December 18th to 24th, 50 winners get a $1,000 hotel gift card. And week 4, December 25 to 31, 50 winners get a $1,000 prepaid card, which you can use it for anything. Now, wonderful gesture. Thank you, Uber. Much appreciated. Now, the odds of winning this is not high, but then let me give you how you can enter this. You don't have to do anything to enter this contest. There is a link in your app that you have to send them your Uber login and email address and phone number attached to your account. You can enter it that way, or you just have to do a single trip or a single delivery for you to be able to be entered to this contest. So between December 4th and 10th, if you do a single Uber trip or a delivery, Uber Eats delivery, you will be automatically entered for that one. And between 11th and 17th, if you do a single trip or delivery, you'll be entered for that one. There is no other, disclaimers. It's pretty self-explanatory. And, I think this was a pretty cool gesture, right? So 155 people in total out of, I don't know how many Uber drivers are there, 1.5 million, 2 in the US alone.
Probably more.
Yeah, maybe 2 million. So the odds are not that good, but it's definitely better than winning your state lottery for sure. So look, it's a decent gesture, but I am going to talk to Uber about this. I really think I am going to really push for veterans to be treated completely different than some jackass that just joined a month ago. Yep. Period. There is no ifs and buts about this. Yes, they're not your employee, but I think a guy that has done 30,000 trips for you in 8 years should not be treated the same as just somebody signed up with a huge fat bonus, in fact, on top of everything else. They should be treated differently. Show them some respect. Show them some love, because those are the people doing the 80% of the trips. 20% full-timers are doing 80% of the trips. That's a fact. And 80% part-timers are doing 20% of the trips, right? I think there are people in the system that should be treated completely differently, and not as an employee, but completely differently when it comes to bonuses, when it comes to quests, when it comes to some stock rewards. You need to make sure that those people stay on your system. They don't quit, so you don't denigrate your service with a shittier car, with a driver who is shittier, who doesn't know how to read GPS, okay? Because I know for a fact the service has declined. Service quality, car quality has declined over the last decade because of the burn and churn. Stop it. Stop it and reward your veterans with these things so they can stick around and work for you, as opposed to saying, who cares? New guy is equal as the 8-year veteran. No. And we will talk about this. And this is the first time I'm telling you this, but we will have to pursue this. People need to get paid better, and people need more benefits out of their seniority. So there you go.
Yep. No, I agree right there too. I mean, if you've been driving for a while, years, and that, still sticking to it, and all of the quote unquote loyalty, even though that might not be the right word, but just the, coming back and continuing on, should definitely have some sort of extra when it comes down to it. And then newer people who are coming on, they can work their way up the ladder in that aspect too. And it just takes time. It takes rides.
Chris, we did the behind the wheel with Harry, right? There were a whole bunch of haters, but to my shock, there were a whole bunch of lovers on that episode. It's like 8,000 views in less than a week now. Okay. He said something that you all should go listen to Harry. Once in a while, Harry does say some good shit. Okay. He said, this is the only industry that you have no chance to improve. There's like a glass ceiling on top of you from the first day. There is no chance to move up. in seniority. There's no chance to get something better because he was working at Boeing as an engineer. Obviously, the more you work there, right, your stock options are going to be better, your benefits are going to be better, your salary is going to get better. This is the only fucking industry that I know of that they don't even give a shit. They just go boot you out with 1, 2, 3, you're out kind of a bullshit with a guy that's on 40,000 trips in 10 years. You know what I mean? What is the guy's benefit? What is the guy's incentive to stay on your freaking system, be loyal to you, Uber? Zero. None. Right? But if you do these kind of things, show him some love. And it doesn't have to be just money. Just make him belong. Buy his loyalty from you. As opposed to doing these fucking shenanigans with shaving this and shaving that and doing this. You will have no driver problems. I know you guys are enjoying the benefits of the economy and all these fake accounts, illegal immigrants, whatever they are, they're doing. And those days will end. That all comes and goes, right? But the good ones, the 20% that are doing 80% of the trips, are your bread and butter. You should treat them differently, okay? And I'm going to do everything I can to do that. I'm not a full-time driver. I'm not going to get any of those benefits. I'm a part-time driver. There's no way I should get paid the same as a guy that's grinding 200 trips a week and putting food on his table. Period. Shouldn't be. End of story.
Yep. I agree. And speaking of when it comes to money, you know, we talk about these glitches that happen on Uber, Lyft, and how when it's a glitch in the driver's expense, you know, it takes a long time or a while for the problem to rectify and the money to get into the account when it's supposed to. But when there's a glitch that goes in favor of the driver and against Uber, they claw that money quickly. So, yeah, let's talk about what's going on there.
Bro, okay, this is Dallas Fort Worth. Okay, this is Dallas Fort Worth. I'm not gonna say the driver because he says, please cover me up. I'm like, okay, no problem. He can actually, I hadn't even thought about this, Chris. Honest to God, I hadn't even thought about it. I knew this happened. I knew there was a clawback. I know it was like about August of this year. I got a bunch of emails saying, oh, Serge, look, they're taking my money. I'm going like, why are they taking your money? But that the boost was double paid. And everybody got like 400 or 500. Uber systems are so good, Chris, so good that within a couple days, they figured it out. And they said, well, we want our money back. I'm going like, okay, justifiably so. Now, if you took that money and spent it already, you're in trouble. Your account is going to be negative. And they even cut a deal with this gentleman. It says, to correct this incorrect overpayment, starting September 4th, 2023, we will deduct $79 from your weekly earnings over the next 6 weeks. So this guy got like close to $500 out of this glitch, right? Now, Uber, how many glitches do we put up? That is in the benefit of the driver, and it somehow goes away until we talk about it, send it to you, and then you go, oh, shit, is this really happening? Yeah. But on this one, it seems like your system's kind of caught up real quick and then started clawing the money back. Again, I'm not saying it shouldn't have gotten clawed back, but I'm saying the speed that glitches in your favor somehow gets fixed really quick. And glitches in our favor somehow it doesn't, then our glitches outnumber yours 10-1. Okay? So let's treat all glitches the same way, right? Let's run some checks in your systems and say, oh, we messed up on this Vegas thing for 2 weeks, didn't pay boost, let's pay the drivers. That's just equal treatment. And obviously this poor driver banged his head into the freaking abyss of support. Look at this. It's like he told his life story. And then sure enough, he gets, I'm sorry for the delayed response. I will reach out to my specialized team. If I ever get a hold of that freaking specialized team, Chris, they must be so busy because every email goes to that specialized team, bro. Okay. And then it says, I will reach out to my specialized team.
Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, Will, we need to do that BTW, get your ass in gear. I will reach out to my specialized team and then we'll let you know. And this was like 2 weeks ago, still nothing. So here's the gripe though, Chris, and this is so smart. That's why we love our audience. You know what it is? The guy goes, how do I trust now that my 1099 is not going to be double taxed? I'm going like, shit, that's
Good
a
point.
great freaking point. Didn't even think about it. What if Uber says, okay, we took our money back, fine, but they forget to send the correct 1099 and leave the $500 in there, which the driver has to pay taxes on now. Uber, how about this? Huh? Your systems catch this? I sure hope 1099s that are going out at the end of the year are not going to include these, because I'm sure this wasn't one person. I'm sure there were thousands of drivers who got clawed back all those funds. So make sure those 1099s are correct, Uber. Don't make us pay double tax. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Specialized team. Yeah, a round file. I call it the round file. A shredder. You know the shredder? It goes into the freaking shredder. But yeah, so this is a great point. And thank you, gentlemen, for sending me this. And so whoever has been through this and got clawed back, send me an email and make sure you get your 1099s. That 480 or whatever you were owed is not in there. Okay, please. But Uber has been sent this. They know that this happened, and they are going to hopefully make sure that the 1099s are correct. Okay, so that's it.
I think another point, though, needs to be made is if you get double paid on something, expect that you're going to have to pay it back. So please do not spend that extra money. Just make sure that you have it on hand. So if they do come back to collect it, which they will, you don't have any real problems with it. So just be aware of that. If there's going to be an overpayment in your favor and against them, they're coming back for it. So don't think that that's going to be yours. Oh, they give me a bonus or something like that, because that's not what's going to happen. You're going to need to pay it back.
I agree. Yeah.
All right. So
yeah,
we're going to have a, where are we at? Okay. Actually, before we move on, apparently we have a little glitch going on in YouTube land. There's nothing showing up on our end, but people are saying in the chat that they were experiencing some problems with the play. That's going to be on YouTube's end. It looks like some people are hitting refresh and it's coming back. So just hit refresh, come back, and everything should be good, hopefully. If not, the replay will be up, so you guys can rewatch on the replay.
Okay.
James, appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. Continuing zero emissions. We don't know that yet, but I'm assuming they're going to, yeah, because with the push that they're going into heavy EVs now, rentals or people's own EVs, I'm pretty sure they're going to continue. Actually, I think it did continue until June 2024. Send me an email, Sergio@therideshareguy.com. I'll check it in my app and send it to you. I think they extended it to June 2024. Are you looking in your app?
What's up? No, actually, I am writing the comment that's going to post in a second, because after this topic, we are going to do our cash or trash little game that we're going to play. So we're going to ask 3 people who are in chat to come on and hang out and let us know what you would do if you would take or deny that request coming in, and then the reasons why. And then we're going to give a winner chosen by the audience, $25, and see who's got the best reasons on why. So
no, you didn't. Oh, I saw that email. Yeah, you got a horse, Roxy? Okay, good for you. Is that your new car? Can you do Uber with a horse?
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Okay. Uber horse.
All right, so I am sending the link out right now. We are going to take the first of 3 people that come on. We are going to do one segment between, so you got some people coming on. Cash, specialized team trash, yes. So it's cash or trash. We're basically going to do what we've done last week, and then we're going to put up a poll in the YouTube chat. So anybody who's watching on any of the other platforms, unfortunately, you won't be able to take part in that because it's going to be on the YouTube chat. But yes, we're going to take the first 3 people that come on to the show, and
don't be shy, people.
If you are going to take or deny it. So hit that link up there, and then let's get into this next topic, talking about are rideshare companies charging passengers enough to pay drivers fairly?
Nope.
And we all know they're not paying drivers fairly, but could they really actually charge more to passengers? And the answer is, yeah, they could. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah. So Another driver from Inland Empire, which is east of me, said, you know, why don't we do a little comparison when it comes to, you know, what cabs charge for the same trip in LA County. I'm like, okay, no problem. Let's play the game, right? But then I said, make sure that you attach what Uber charged the passenger for that as well. So we can do it.
We have our three people. We have Jared, Laura, and Mohammed. So thank you very much. Please stay on. We will get to you guys right after this segment, but we have our three people already. Okay.
All right. So we have our three. Okay. So on this one, all we did was, you know, pick a trip that he concluded on the Uber platform. So 15.9 miles, 21 minutes for $17 upfront fare. Pretty simple. This is obviously period 3. So that cabs don't get paid to get to your location. Cabs start the meter after you get in the car, which is perfect for this. This is not a pink screen. This is just after the trip finished. So in LA County, the rates on yellow cab, which is the one in the middle screenshot, is $3.10 for the first 1/9 of a mile, right? There is also a drop fee. But then in average, it comes to about $2.70 a mile. That's what cabs charge in LA, okay? So for a similar trip, regulated cab fare on this would have been $17.09 for Uber, $46.03 for the cab. That's pretty freaking wide, right?
Yeah.
But then I wanted to know what Uber actually charged the passenger by looking at the receipt. And here it is on the right-hand side. Uber, in their wisdom, their algorithm, charged $24.97 for this trip. And after all the shenanigans, Uber ended up losing $2 and something, 24 cents, whatever. I'm going like, so Uber, I don't think you're charging enough. Now, if you had charged like 35, still less than a cab, and you could have paid us a little bit more, right?
I think you could have paid, you know, if they're doing $24.97, they're upping it to $35. That $10 I think should go to the driver. So instead of $17.09, it should be $27.09.
Yeah, but I'm saying the discrepancy is so wide, so nuts to me, that a cab charges $46 for a trip that Uber charges $25. Look, half of cabs is not good enough. You could push your luck, Uber, to maybe 3/4 of what a cab charges in LA. Everybody will still use it. I don't think anybody will fall off the platform. You know what I mean? And that way you can pay the driver a little bit more. How about that? And you can probably make more money. I get it. There's Lyft, the pesky Lyft that's sticking around. The guy's going to compete. But the next trip, another one. And I'm like, okay, this one is worse for the driver. 19.6 miles, 22 minutes. A regulated cab fare on this would have been $56 before the tip, $56.02. And I go like, okay, that's not good. That's like what, a third of what a cab would be that we're getting paid. But again, I go, let's look at the Uber's receipt on this, what they charge. What is that, Chris? 26 something, 28 something,
28.34, and the customer paid after the promotion $24.34. So they paid,
the cab would have been 56,
half the price of the cab.
Exactly, that's what they're doing, half the price of a cab, and then paying the driver the zilch. And on this trip, again, people go, oh, Uber takes 50%, Uber takes 90%. We're going to put that to sleep next week, people. We're going to have like some hell of a discussion next week about Uber's take rates and what they are, because everybody goes 50%, 80%. I'm like, Uber lost money on this one too. They lost $1.37. They lost $2 on the first one. They lost $1.37 on this one. Okay, next one. And you know, this one is the screamer because it's a long ass trip. So 47 minutes, 25.3 miles. The driver ended up getting 25.86 in a cab that would have been 71.41. Again, a third, right? It's always like a third or a quarter of what a cab is charging that the driver is getting paid. But on this one, again, Uber charged 36 some change, 36.12 or 38, whatever it is.
35.18.
35, exactly half. You see this, Chris? It's always like half what cabs are charging, pretty much. All the rates. Uber, feel free, charge more and pay a little bit more. That's the only way this is going to work out. Because on this one, after all the shenanigans, Uber lost money on this trip too. 3 trips, 3 times Uber lost money. Where's the 50%? Because they're not charging enough.
Let's raise the rates a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, clearly you can.
Oh.
People are going to pay for it. I mean, we see in Seattle and Washington all the time. That's what's going to happen. They're still using Uber and Lyft services.
I like that comment. Wa'il tawil. I don't either, but a lot of people do. Like Jonah does. Jonah, you have to come back next week, buddy. Okay? Next week, we're going to really discuss this subject. And I do get the math. I'm reasonably good at math. And well, we're going to figure that out next week. Open it to a wide open discussion with the audience. Let's see what everybody thinks, because we need to settle
now
this.
here's my biggest question. So Uber has always fought the taxi cab companies since its inception until recently, where now you can order an Uber and you could get a taxi cab. But here's the question that I want to know. How are you going to pay Uber rates and get Uber rates to a taxi cab? How does that work, Serge?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm baffled that when Uber does this, I get the initial push when they did kill Chris to kill all the cabs. I get that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that I get. But now I think game is over with the cabs. In fact, they're even putting the cabs back on the system. You know, I'm like, why aren't you charging more and paying us more? I mean, I'm not getting this, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, and it easily can be done. Why is there a race to the bottom? I mean, that shows you, I mean, half the price of a cab, what the customer pays, and I mean, each one of those three is about a third of what the driver would make compared to a taxi cab driver.
Yep.
So
And cabs are not getting UFF, by the way, Professor. They're getting better rates than X, because no cabbie, after you seeing those screenshots, no cabbie is going to go do a 25-mile trip for $25.
oh hell no, hell no.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, Uber, here's an idea, you know, charge a little bit more. Instead of 35, charge 45. Still not even three-quarters of the cab. And I'm like, hey, I think we're good, and but make sure you pay us more, not your pocket. We can even
this is what I think. Let's even just do it that way. Instead of the customer paying half the price of a cab, bring it to 2/3 of what they're paying. So 66%, and then pay the driver close to 50% of what the cab driver's making. I think that would be a little bit better. I mean,
I think so.
I think that's more doable. What do you guys think? Put in the comments what your guys' thoughts are when it comes to a comparison like that. Where do you think these things should be?
Everybody eat, right? I mean, hey, I'm not against it.
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's the way it should be. Things should be going up. Progressively, they're not. They're going down. So that's the problem. And that is why we need to become a little better at cherry picking, waiting for the right rides to come in, not the wrong rides. And that is bringing us to our next segment of Cash or Trash. So we have three people coming on right now. We have Laura, we have Mohammed, and we have Jared. Laura, welcome. How are you doing today?
Oh, you know, I'm living the dream.
Well,
Oh, come on now.
hopefully you're doing well. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. We're going to bring Mohammed on now. Mohammed, how you doing?
Good evening, RSGs. How are you?
Muhammad is quick on the trigger, bro. He's on every week now. So
Well, I could not be here.
Jared.
Oh, you know, I'm living
Jared,
the
how you
dream.
doing today?
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hopefully
Jared,
you're
how are
doing
you?
well.
What's
Thanks
up?
for coming
I'm
on. We
Jared.
appreciate it. We're going to bring Mohammed on now. Mohammed, how you
Somebody's
doing? Somebody's
Good
got
evening,
a little bit of
good evening,
Everybody turn
RSGs.
their
How are
YouTube
you?
volume off.
Hold on.
He's quick on the trigger, bro. He's on every week now. So, okay.
Well, I'm not saying anything.
All right, Jared.
Oh,
What's
you know, I'm living
up?
the dream.
Jared, hey, hey,
everybody.
Sergio, hey, Chris.
Hey. Hold on. Everybody turn their YouTube off. Like, you guys are watching yourselves on YouTube, don't do it. So, because we're hearing the echo.
Good evening, RSGs. How are
It
you?
actually sounds like it's on Jared's end.
He's on every week
So Jared, if you can try to turn that down and then just pay attention to the stream itself. Give me a thumbs up when that's ready, because then I'll take your mic off so you can talk. But while you're sorting that through, Jared, Laura, where are you coming from? Where are you calling from? What's your market? How many rides do you have?
I'm in Louisville, Kentucky.
Awesome.
Okay.
How many rides you got?
A bazillion,
No,
close to 5,000, I think.
5,000
nice.
is not bazillion. How long you been on the platform?
What? It's frozen for me.
Almost 2 years.
Okay. Are you on both platforms?
I'm on both
Recording
platforms
error.
now because Uber did me badly, which you will get in the mail this week.
Okay. Did they
And
deactivate you?
I don't think I can do anything. I don't think even you can do anything about it, but I would like your advice.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Oh,
I
muted?
also only drive Comfort
you
and
hear me?
XL.
Okay.
I can't hear you guys.
What?
Okay. We're having major difficulties here now.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
Okay, Mohammed, you can hear without an echo. Can you talk?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so you're good. Laura's good. Jared is having difficulties.
All right. Well, again, while we're waiting for Jared to fix that, Mohammed, how long have you been driving? Where's your market, and how many rides you got?
I've been driving on and off with Uber for I'm sorry, is it 8.5 years? With 2 years not driving for COVID.
It's not settings.
And I'm in the Detroit market,
Okay.
where there is no Uber hub.
All right. Well, we have seen you before. You know, when we opened the app, opened the chat up. What's happening, Chris? Are we ready?
I think so. Jared, you there?
No. Freaking. Bro.
Jared, you there?
I'm hearing Laura now. Okay. Until he fixes it, we'll have one more.
I can't hear you guys.
Yeah. Try re-coming in. Try re-hitting the link.
Okay.
See if you can, and then try to take the chat, or I mean, to take the live stream out. You should be able to hear us through our normal talking, but it seems like there's a huge delay, so there's something going on there. If we can't get it fixed in the next 2 minutes, unfortunately we'll have to disqualify it. So hopefully we can get that done.
Okay. Should we have a one more in case it doesn't work out? One more driver.
Hold on. Here, we'll put the link in, so you can redo the link.
What the?
Go into your settings and select the audio source.
Okay,
we'll give you two.
Just do two. Okay, we should do two.
What's
Okay.
going on? What's going on?
All right, let's go two.
All right. Sorry, Jared.
Sorry, Jared.
Hopefully we'll get you on at another time and be able to solve that. So,
all right. So,
so it's
50% winner.
Laura and Mohammed. Thank you and appreciate that.
you.
So basically the premise is we're going to show this screenshot for about 10 seconds. If you have a question on what it looks like, because you might not see it properly, I'll read it off real quick, but it's going to be 10 seconds. And then we're going to go Laura and then Mohammed on your answers on what you think. Would you accept it? Is it cash? Is it trash? And then chat. You got a couple of things to do here. Let us know what you guys would do by putting cash or trash in the chat. And then after we go through these 4 different ones, we're going to put a poll up to see who is our winner. So you guys are going to be able to vote on that. All right. Any questions or anything before we get going?
No.
No, I'm good.
All right. Let's start it right now.
I can't even see it.
Okay. It's ride for $131.28. It's 7 minutes away with a 1.3 mile pickup. And the total ride is 1 hour, 44 minutes for 117.8 miles. All right. Laura, what would you do? Would you accept, deny? What is this, cash or trash?
Did it go through? I said cash. Did it go through?
No, we just
no,
heard you.
yeah, we're talking. You don't have to put it in the chat. You can put it.
Oh, okay.
You can say what you want. So yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened there.
Not working out today, bro.
It's not working out. So Mohammed, what would you do?
I mean, if I saw it that was 17 miles, I would have said cash.
No, 117 miles.
117 miles. Not 17 miles.
I'm sorry, I didn't get a good look. I'll take it cash.
Okay, you're agreeing. A lot of the people are agreeing with you. So let's see.
Oh, we might have Jared. Jared, you back there?
Yeah. Now I can hear you guys. I'm sorry. I was
Okay.
having some technical difficulties.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. All right, here. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put this back on for the 10 seconds. I'll read through if you can't see it, and then we can get you on. Unfortunately, we had lost another person, so we'll get this to work out. We'll get it to work out. It's tough though with other people.
Shit show today, bro.
Yeah. All right, Jared. Let us know too what you would think on this.
All right.
All right. So it's $131.28 for the total cost.
Yeah.
It's the pickup is 7 minutes or 1.3 miles.
Cash.
Total duration is 1 hour 44 minutes. 117. All right.
You already said
just looking at cash.
Yeah. Okay, cash.
Yeah.
Trash.
Oh, you said cash. What happened? You changed your mind?
You changed your mind.
Yeah, I guess I did. I was looking at the mileage, but if it's a 2-hour drive, then you got 2 hours back, and that's not, or at least in this market,
$30 an hour, even with the 2 hours back. $131 for 4 hours, for actually 3.5 hours, even if you dead miled it back.
Yeah, that's true. I actually thought it was a different one because I had to log completely back in.
Okay. No, that was the same. That was the same trip.
So we will just say
get Jared on.
That's my mulligan. It's cash.
Okay. All right. So we had 3 cashes. Next one. Let's put up 3, Chris. Next one, and then we'll have the audience. A lot of people said trash or cash, but you guys will vote on who's going to be the winner. So please just pay attention. All right, next one.
All right. And then for instead of speaking while we're doing it, we're going to go in order. So I'm going to do Laura, Mohammed, and then Jared for your answers. And then again, chat. You can do obviously whenever you'd like, but let us know. So then that way nobody's talking over anybody.
Okay.
All right. So next one right here, $52.31 for the total trip, and what you're going to be paid for 9 minutes, 1.4 miles to pick up, for a trip duration of 44 minutes or 43.9 miles.
What was the pay again?
So
Locked in.
52.31.
Locked in. I got my answer.
All right. So Laura, what would you do?
Because I would accept it because I'd spaced out, and I would rather accept a dud than trash a gem.
Oh, I like one of our audience right here. Right here. Yeah. You caught that one. That's a veteran right there.
Yeah, that was. Can I go?
All right.
All right. Mohammed, you're next.
Oh, yeah, you're next.
I would have said cash.
Okay.
Because what is it? Yeah, what is it? 42 miles. That's I mean, if I do my math real quick, that's for depreciation, that's almost about $26. So that's almost what, $28, $26 like profit. So I'll take cash.
Okay, I think your depreciation table is extremely incorrect, but we'll talk about that hopefully in the future. How you figure on a $53 trip, that's $26 depreciation?
Okay, did I say it 42 miles?
44 miles.
44 miles. So 40 times 24 is $26. That's almost about.
Oh no, you're taking the IRS deduction, the 65.5 IRS deduction?
Yes. So that's what that leaves about $24. for
Yeah.
an hour, which is good enough.
That's way too high. I don't think you would. I don't. What kind of car are you driving again?
I have a Subaru Legacy.
Yeah, there's no way your mileage is 65.5 cents. It's probably like more like 35, 38. Not going to be there. So if you do
But
look,
I mean,
if you do that, Mohammed, if you multiply everything by 65.5 cents, you will never accept accept a trip in LA or anywhere else, honestly. But Jared, how about you?
Trash.
Trash?
Yeah.
$53 for
wow.
44 minutes?
No. So the that comment that you put up, the first thing that I think means, well, the dollar per mile, the rate per mile is the first thing I look at, but then the second thing that I always look at is the passenger rating,
Okay.
and if it's below 4.7, maybe sometimes 4.8. If
Yeah.
it's below 4.81, then I don't take it.
Okay.
So,
All right. That makes sense.
trash.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Even though
Well-
the rate's good, I don't. I'm a diamond driver, and anything that could really impact my rating, then
Okay.
I will
So
skip on that.
so whoever. Okay. So Mohammed said cash. Laura said cash. I think
Cash.
trash. You said trash.
Cash. I said cash.
Cash. Yeah. Exactly. And then Jared said trash because of the rating. It's $60 an hour you're turning down, Jared.
That but
Yeah.
and it's Lyft. If it was Uber, then I might. I think I would might swing back.
Okay.
But
All right. So let's do one more.
And this one right here. All right, this is 1717 for the ride. It's to pick up 5 minutes, 0.8 miles for a total trip duration of 32 minutes or 14.8 miles.
Okay. Don't be too quick on this trigger. Think about this. Think where it's dropping you guys off. There's your hint. Okay. Don't be too quick on the trigger on this. Think, like, give it a 10-second thought on this. All right. So
All right.
who was here?
Where is it dropping us off?
It's dropping you off at an airport.
Oh yeah, but I'm definitely taking it.
Okay.
Okay.
So that played a role in it?
Yeah.
Okay. How
Okay,
about you,
so
Mohammed?
cash. All right.
Cash?
Yeah, cash. Sorry.
All right, Mohammed, what would you do?
cash.
Cash. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Because they're going to take it on the airport. And
Okay. All right. I mean, obviously, there's no guarantees, right? I mean, you may not get a rematch, but okay. How about you, Jared?
Trash, because the passenger rating, and I've had some. I today actually I had a bad well, it was like a 4.79, and there was a kid there. They were bringing a child with them to the airport, and there was a whole situation, and like, yeah, so trash.
Are you in? So two cashes, one trash. So okay. As far if I were to critique anything, the second trip that two of you passed, or one of you actually, Jared, I would have never passed that trip. That's $60 an hour. I don't think you can make $60 an hour in this type of market, irregardless. Now, let me tell you where that rating comes from for everybody who's watching it. That's my experience. A lot of drivers out of airports, especially, will not pick up 4.3s, 4.4s, 4.5s. Okay. Now, she may have been a new, only had couple. But with Lyft, you will know if you click on her how many trips she had already, right? It'll tell you how long she's been on the platform. And you can tell if she only had maybe a couple, 3 trips, maybe some driver dinged her for one reason or another. The second thing that I look at, especially if I'm picking up at airports, is I'm in the West Coast. A lot of East Coast passengers have low ratings, and they're terrifically good people, by the way, because New York drivers are brutal. They just brutalize these passengers, right? They all show up at 4.4s, 4.5s, and I always pick them up at LAX because they're gonna tip, and they know how to tip, and so that's my 2 cents worth in there. Yeah, I think the rest of you, I think yeah. I don't know what else to critique about it. Do you have anything to critique about it, Chris?
No, I would say the first ride. I mean, again, I don't know the LA or San Diego market.
No, just look at the duration and we're just going with duration.
Yeah, no, I mean, on it, the first ride, I would probably say cash, just because, and you get a nice ride. Sometimes the ride can be nice, even just to kind of get you into the right mindset. So it could be a nice ride, especially if that's where my mind's at. But looking at the money, pretty good when you're making $130 for a couple hour drive. Second one would be, I would also agree, cash. And then the third one, I would probably, I mean, if it was in Buffalo, I would accept it. But if it was in LA, I would deny it because I wouldn't go to LAX. Going to Buffalo Niagara is a whole different story because that's a much smaller airport. So clearly, if it just depends. So if that same exact trip was in Buffalo, yeah, I would take it. But if it was in LA, no.
Okay, cool. So Laura, parting words, any problems you're having? I know I'm gonna hear your problem when you email it to me. Outside that, everything good?
And we got the poll going too. So
okay.
There's a weird thing that Lyft is doing in this market. It's strange. They've put a dotted line down the Ohio River.
Yep.
And if you're active in Louisville, Kentucky, you can't see jobs or surge in New Albany, Jeffersonville, or Clarksville.
Okay.
But if you pull your camera up, you can see jobs and surges in Indianapolis. I can pick up rides in Indianapolis. But I can't pick up rides that are actually closer to me than something that's actually in my zone.
Okay.
It's weird. It's something that they did to there's a lot of medical runs right there across the river.
Yeah.
And they seem to be holding them for platinum drivers.
Okay. How about you, Jared?
Also in another state.
I'm sorry?
Is the zone into a separate state? Is that what's going on?
It is, but
well, that would be the explanation on why, because the insurances that are acquired between states is why you can't necessarily go.
I'm sorry, Chris. It is and it isn't. We had all of that before. We picked those up. That's where I used to make most of my money. I would come on at 4:00 in the morning and run the medicals up to their clinic and then wait for them to finish with their treatments and then run them back. Okay. And but when Lyft did that weird thing they did to the scheduled rides to kill Sketty, it really hurt a lot of us.
Yeah. Okay. Send me what you're gonna send me, and then we'll take it from there. Sure. Jared, parting words. Do you like doing rideshare?
I love it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
I bought a Model Y in May, and I've been working full time.
Model Y, are you able to do higher platforms? Is it black? I hope it's black.
No, just because I had getting commercial insurances has been a battle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Mohammed, we know you already. You've been on like 3 times already. So.
Sergio, I just have this idea. Here in the Detroit market, at the airport, it's about 17 miles where I live. This is like a tip. Whenever there is a snowstorm or a severe weather, do you know what the riders want to do? Since the flights are delayed, they want to go shopping at the local Walmart and Target. Whenever last year, 2 times we had like a blizzard here, and 2 times I was near the airport and I would get rides to Walmart and Target because some people for the hotels they want to go shopping. So so that's just a tip for everybody.
Okay, it goes back. Look, man, it goes back to you knowing your market. You knowing, like Laura said, medical rides in the morning. You know, Jared is doing his thing with his Tesla Model Y. He figured it'll be more profitable that way. And Mohammed is doing his thing, you know, figuring out if there's a snowstorm, people are going to go shopping, do whatever. Like everybody, this is so key for everybody, new or young or old or veteran or newbie. You have to figure out your own market. Once you figure that out, once you figure out those little nuances, it is definitely going to add to your earnings, even in a shit market that we're in right now. So with that said, are we up for the vote now?
Yep, we're gonna end the poll right now, and I'm ending it. We've got
You've been running the
41%.
poll.
Yep. So Jared is our winner with 40%. Laura came in second with 37. Mohammed came in with 21%. So congratulations, Jared. You are our winner on Cash or Trash today. So
Awesome.
make sure you
All
email
the
Sergio,
technical
and he'll get you.
All
He'll
right,
get you your
Jared,
money.
email me Sergio at therideshareguy.com.
Okay. All right.
We will get your cash for your Tesla humidifier or whatever. I don't know.
Sergio, can you repeat your email address again?
Yeah, Sergio, Sergio at therideshareguy.com. One word. The rideshare guy part is one word. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you got
All
it.
right.
All right, everybody. Thank
All right,
you.
Laura,
Thank
thank
you.
you for
Thanks.
coming on. Appreciate it. Mohammed, thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. And Jared, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so
And
much.
just make sure to email
Yeah.
Sergio.
Oh,
And he'll get that over to you. All right.
Sure,
Have a great
I'm
rest of
out
your
of
day.
here. Dude, YouTube
All
is all
right.
messed up today, bro. I don't know what's going on.
I know
Anyway.
it's your YouTube, StreamYard. It looks like it's all crazy. But at least everything got kind of worked out and ironed out. So thank you everybody for coming on. Yeah, we're gonna try to continually improve on that when we're gonna do it. Next week we're gonna have Buffalo rides because we're not just gonna have LA. What's going on there? We're gonna take a couple of rides.
Yeah, send me
that
trips,
I
people.
see when I'm out.
Send me trips. Send me the trips. We'll
so-
put them up.
Yep, and we'll
Don't
do
send
it
me
for
just
next
trash,
week.
please. Don't send me just trash. Send me.
Oh no, we're not doing just trash. Definitely
send
not.
me acceptable trips like these. These were pretty close to accept, not to accept. You know, I mean, there were juicy trips, bro. I can't believe some people said trash to $60 an hour. I'm like, what are you guys doing? I don't know. Are you guys in such great markets that you all say trash to a $60 an hour trip? Like, I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, besides putting cash or trash, put your reason why as well too. So when it comes to something like that, where we may have a disagreement, we'd like to understand what your thoughts are. And you know, one of the big things it could be the rating. For the most part, rating can have an impact. For me, it does. I'm kind of with Jared, 4.8 or lower. I take that extra second to think if I'm going to take it or not. And then I look back at the money, and you know, sometimes money talks, sometimes the rating talks. So it just depends on what's going on. It also depends on the day that I'm out, how busy it is. There's a lot of factors beyond what's going on. Like if I'm just looking at a screenshot. So several other factors you got to consider when all of that is going on.
Yeah. So next one, what are we doing next?
All right, so we're gonna be going to some funny facts and crazy stuff.
Yeah, this one. Where is that? The gentleman that said, you know, they're gonna they're gonna, what did he say? The Uber for elderly or something?
elderly.
Yeah, there we have a good one.
Well, I think no, we'll talk about this
going to
article
this?
right here.
Yeah, let's go to that. One of the reasons market's oversaturated is strictly due to this. A lot of people are doing gig work, it looks like, in the US. 41% of employed consumers. Now, these are people with W-2s, folks. Okay? 41%.
Well, I mean, there's always been people who are driving mostly part-time or weekend timers that are having their own jobs and stuff, and they're going out in their own time.
According to the surveys, though, this is the highest level that people have seen for a long time. And it's pretty obvious, right? It's helping the rideshare companies, food delivery companies. You know, people are trying to make, a few $100 extra here and there, right? And this is the way they close the gap. And that's it. That's what they're doing. And then all you are saying, there's so many drivers. Well, this is not helping the cause, right? I am hoping that the economy does get better, because interest rates have been going down, trending down for the last like few weeks now. And hopefully that's going to turn things around and have people go back to their regular jobs. Inflation is going to be tamed, hopefully, in 2024, and we don't have to pay double, triple for everything we're buying. And
I'm
then,
hoping
you know,
too.
yeah.
But
And
my question to you is, what have you been seeing at the pump? Have you been seeing prices stay stagnant, going down, going up? Where they've been at?
pump prices pretty stable. I mean, for us now, you know, we got used to 450s now, Chris. So when I see 450s, and upside gives me about another 15, like 440s, that's like a bargain to me now. So, I mean, you know, but
that's so. For me, I go, like I say, I go about 15 minutes away. I go to the Indian reservation where I don't pay tax on gas, so it's cheap.
Yeah.
Here's the best part. So I've been keeping my eye on gas for quite a while, and it's
Okay.
been pretty much stagnant for I couldn't tell you how many months it's been. I have not seen the price of gas literally
Yeah.
change for any months around my gas stations around where I'm living, and you know, a lot of the places I drive. The res, though, on the other hand, guess what I pay? So it's, for me, it's right down the street. It's 389, 385,
Yeah.
389. It's been like that for a while.
Yeah.
Guess what I paid at the res last time I went on Friday? 247.
Oh my fuck.
So
Half the price, bro.
I filled up my Honda Pilot, which is I don't know, 18 or 19 gallon tank, for under $50. And it's like here's the crazy thing. You know, maybe what was it? Maybe 2-3 months ago, it was a lot higher. It was probably like 313. And it's just been tumbling down. And it's wild because I don't see any gas station beyond the res changing their prices at all. So I don't know what's going on there or why it's not changing at all, but it's insane, at least in my opinion. So yes, I know it is absolutely because it's New York State and all that crap. But I'm just saying, then the other side. So food prices have kind of come down from their
Leveled off.
highs before, but they're starting to go back up. So I noticed I get an 18 pack, or I'm sorry, a 36 pack of eggs from Wegmans, and it comes in 2 18 packs, and it's normally it's called the family pack is what they have it. And so they say 2 for $4 was what it when it was at its lowest. Now it's up to $6 again. So it's going back up and all this crap. So, you know, that's where we got to look at, because that's where a lot of people are hurting. It's food, it's gas, it's everyday items, it's all of these things that we're paying more and more from. I mean, how many people are going to McDonald's and spending $16 for their meal when, you know, 2 years ago it was $8?
Yeah, I think you know, everything is going to be I think it pretty much, you know, there's a reason
we're going into an election year, so obviously things are going to be a
they
little
have to
shifty.
pump things up, you know what I mean? They can't go in a recession during an election, so they're going to pump everything up, you know what I mean? And then, but the other thing is, you know, higher rates do have an effect. Okay, I mean, rates went up from 0 to 5% in a matter of a year or less, and that's going to slow down things, and that's the break on the economy. That's how they're going to lower inflation. And when they lower inflation, then all these people who are doing gig work in addition to their W-2s may just go back to just their W-2s because their paychecks are enough, and then we may get out of this oversaturated marketplace. But yeah, I mean, you know, man, people got to do what they got to do.
Another that was another thing. So I don't know. Do you remember those Christmas cookies? They were probably like around this big. They were flat, like, I don't know if they were sugar cookies. It's like the old Jingle cookies. They had the red and green sprinkles on them. It's not the anise ones from Solano or Solero or whatever it is. Not those ones. It was a different style. So I was going into another store, and I walk in, and there's cereal sitting there, and it was a Rudolph cereal. My daughter loves Rudolph, so I'm like, I gotta get her this cereal. But I'm looking at the one next to it, and like the packages are the same, but it was so thin on the package, like the depth of it. It's like, how does that even make sense? So it's like half the width of, or the depth of what you and I would have been used to seeing, you know, quite a few years ago. Now it's
But
like
that's the
literally
trick.
half.
Yeah, that's the
It's
trick,
insane.
right? If you go to eat a burger now, it's thinner, but the price is the same. You feel like, oh, the price hasn't gone up, but what I'm eating is less. So,
Yeah.
you know, they all
Oh yeah.
play those games, right?
By Seneca Res, by Silver Creek, yes.
Oh, okay, there you go. But yeah, but I don't want to see $1.99. I don't remember $1.99 for I don't know how long. Maybe 10
$1.99
years.
for what? Gas?
Gas. Yeah. Yeah. No, but you
In
guys.
20 no, April of 2020 when gas is just plummeted down. I got
Yeah,
it for
but that,
63 or 67 cents.
okay, we live in a state that we have just out of that
Donnie,
$2.
I don't feed them crap. Trust. I try to feed them as best they can, but sometimes they're gonna get snacks,
Oh,
and a Rudolph cereal
once in
is
a while, it's
something I'm
okay,
gonna
no big
let
deal.
them.
But
Yeah.
long story short, guys, so hopefully this oversaturation will be over. I doubt it. Honestly, I doubt it. It's easy money when people just upload a shit document and go out there and make up $100 a week. It's
Yep.
going to add to your
I mean,
misery and the full timers. But we
that's the
had
whole
that
thing.
talk.
Cost entry is next to nothing.
Nothing. Yep. Just have a car. You don't even need a car. Just rent a car and do
Hell,
your
you know
shit.
what? Here's the other thing. I mean, if I was living in a little bit busier of a city and I'm like, hey, maybe I'll do delivery, I would look at an e-bike. Seriously. I
Yeah.
mean, if it was not, I mean, I wouldn't do it in the winter, clearly.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could do it on an e-bike and still make pretty good money and get there pretty quick because
Yeah.
some of these bikes are, they're going 28, 45, up to 45 mile an hour now.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're getting them at what's most cities, 25, 30 miles an hour. You're going to get there just as quick as a car is, and you're going to have a much less amount
Yeah. I
of
think,
costs associated with
I,
it.
I think, if we have time, do you want to let some people on or we're not doing it today?
Well, we got a couple of more things, and I mean, it's already hour
Yeah,
50 in, so
yeah,
we'll
we
have
had like
to do that another time. Yeah.
technical issues a lot.
Well, all those technical difficulties from I'm eating
Yeah.
terrible. Please, I eat carnivore. Okay. I eat all meat all the time.
Donnie, I wouldn't be talking to Chris about that. We know, we know your diet.
Oh,
Donnie.
trust me. Trust me. I eat carnivore and I've lost, I'm going on almost 20 pounds in loss. So, don't
Yes,
you
well,
worry. I eat good.
yeah,
And
this is
I
true.
was eating shitty. Don't go against that. But I'm eating a lot better now and I'm feeling a hell of a lot
When
better. So,
Donnie, don't talk shit to Chris when it comes to eating habits, bro. I know you.
I'll have a
Anyway,
slice of
so
pizza here or there, but I haven't actually in the month that I've been doing carnivore.
yeah, bro. Yeah. But
All right. So
yeah.
let's get back to the show. Let's get back to a couple of things
Okay.
here. First, we have a couple of fake names that we were going over. So
We're gonna do it until they stop. We're just gonna do it until they stop. I have such a long database of these. There's one from Lyft and one from Uber. Every week, Uber and Lyft, until you guys stop this. We're gonna do this. So, which is it? You stop, we stop. Oh, we got
let's see
that
who's
going.
paying attention.
Yeah.
Let's see who's paying attention.
Yeah. No, nobody's paying attention. There's something is wrong with YouTube today. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Caroline, I still do. I just took a little break from it because I wanted to correct my eating habits.
You
I
guys,
was eating a lot of crap before, so I went
Rick,
full carnivore right now for a month,
just
and then probably through parts of December, probably another week or two, I'll stick to it. And then once I add one or two slices of pizza going in, that's when it's going to start picking back up for the pizza side of things.
they started paying attention, Chris.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Hashtag
They started
SM10
paying attention,
COC for it.
You
But
guys see
yeah,
this one, right? Free
Rig
money
Tony.
on the way
Rig
out.
Tony. How
Rig
would you like to
Tony.
take Rig Tony?
That's like rigatoni. Is that comes from rigatoni? Is that what it is? Or rig Tony, like rig. I'm rigging
thinking,
Tony.
I don't know. I'm thinking it's more rigatoni, like the
Rigatoni.
pasta.
Yeah, they're very creative. Idiot. And then the other one is self-explanatory. I mean, what else is there to say? You're picking the god of passengers right there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'd love to talk to God, I guess,
Yeah, that's a
and see where
passenger.
I'm going, and if I need to get fixed or whatnot. But
God,
yeah,
God, really? I mean, Uber, Lyft. This will stop when you guys get rid of these people. Yeah, otherwise, it's not going to stop. So you know.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
What snacks do I have on a carnivore diet? Meat. I literally
meat.
eat meat, and I do a 20-hour fast in between. So I do a 20 and 4-hour intermittent fast. If you guys want to talk about that at a different time,
this is the new preference screen. You guys want to? Have you guys seen this in your apps yet? Have you guys seen this yet? In the preference screen?
I don't know. I have. Have you?
Yeah, this is in my app. It showed up a couple days ago. I see if they're paying attention. You guys see this? You guys see the preferences in your app yet? Anybody say yes? No. Yeah. No.
I think there's probably a couple that need to be added on this too. Oh, Professor saw it.
Yeah.
JP saw it.
Yeah, that's a new preferences. So you click all of them, and then you can get to the homeless, inmates, animals, 4 people plus luggage, toxic waste, weed, and the last one is blank. So we need to figure something for the blank, Chris. Serial killer.
Well, I think that would go under inmates, right?
Inmates go with no, but it could be just they're in there for something.
How about highly contagious?
Yeah. Okay.
Or ladies of the night. James has it. Ladies of the night.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I like that one. That one I like. No, that one we put walk of shame. How about that one? Walk of shame.
No, no, ladies of the night.
Ladies of the night. Okay. All right. Ladies of the night.
They're either coming or going from the dirty deed.
All right. So we got homeless, inmates, animals, 4 people plus luggage, toxic waste, weed, and ladies of the night. Uber. This is the new preference screen we would like to see, as opposed to UberX, UberX shared, Uber Comfort.
Oh boy.
If I can lose in it today.
No, but actually, honestly, I mean, I think one of the things that we should probably talk about on a future episode is health and wellness and food, because let's be real, sedentary life is Uber and Lyft drivers' nemesis, and you're going to be sitting for many, many hours. And unfortunately, I'm sure if you all look down, you probably have put on a few pounds, because I know I sure as hell have. And I have been doing everything I can to adjust that and get back to where I'd like to. So if that's something you guys are interested in talking a little bit more on, you know, I'm a fan of carnivore just because it's more of an elimination diet. It gets rid of a lot of inflammation, a lot of problems there. And it kind of gets you jump started into doing other things. I'll probably go keto for the most part after. There are vegan. There's a lot of things, if you're doing it properly, on all of those where you're doing healthy, you could definitely lose a lot of weight and get into a much better shape. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let us know, and we can kind of talk a little bit more on that. I don't want to talk about it if people don't want to talk about it.
We already have that. Every passenger is entitled, sir. We don't need a new, preference for
Only
that.
if it includes Chris's triggers. Can I speak for a short time? Yeah, put in a comment. Go ahead.
I got a girl named George this morning.
Did we talk? No, that was Bob. I said Bob.
Okay. So yeah, that's the new Uber app. I think we're done, right? And
Yep.
give
For
him some
everybody,
money.
enter hashtag SMTMC. We're going to do the drawing in just a minute.
Yes, please. So sorry about the glitches today, people. I know we had a whole bunch of glitches today. They can all be examined like 2 rules. Okay. Jeff, Kuber, David Risher, and Derek Oshosha in a cage fight. Who do you think will win? You know what? That's a great question, man. Let's think about this. Okay, I have met Dara Koshasha in person. You know, he's kind of small stature, but he's kind of built, stocky built. David Risher is more frail, it looks like to me. He looks like maybe a vegan type or something. I don't know what's going on there. So let's see. I would put DK. I would put my money on DK. It'll be close because the other guy is wiry. You know, he probably got some shit going on there. I would bet on that.
If they both enter the cage, then I would probably, I don't know. I would put my money probably on DK.
Yeah, I put my money on DK. Although the other guy is ex-Amazon, bro. I don't know. You know, those are tough guys. So
I don't know. I mean, he does go to the gym. We did talk about their daily habits.
Yeah, we did.
So he does go to the gym, but I mean, if Dara doesn't go to the gym, he becomes evil
Dara's
Dara.
in shape. Dara's in shape. Dara's in
So,
shape.
I mean,
checked him out. He's in shape. But
I
yeah,
don't know, but that would be kind of cool. That'd be a nice little charity event there. So I don't know. Maybe we should put that on Twitter and make it explode.
oh, you know what?
Because we're
Let's
not
do that.
getting the Zuck Elon Musk fight. So
Yeah, we do. Let's do a poll, community page poll. Who would win?
we can do
Dara
that. Just
or
remind me.
DK or DR? There we go. Yeah. Okay.
Remind me.
Yeah,
All right, let's
run the
do that
numbers.
giveaway. Let's see who's going to win $25. And
What about a spelling bee? No, I don't think so. No, we're not doing it today, Kyle Bush. But you can
Ricky
email.
Life, congratulations.
All right, Ricky Life.
Awesome.
Okay, so
Congrats.
Jared won the cash or trash, and Ricky won the other one. Okay, email me Ricky Life, Sergio at therideshareguy.com.
Being Cowbush next time, because we're gonna wrap this up now. But yeah, if you want to email us, then you can, if it's something like that. But yeah, so just scans the chat. If that's what you're thinking, if you're talking about like the hashtag SMTMC thing, I'm not sure. But yeah, if you want to wait, or if it's something that you wanted to say like on the chat, you can. But when we have our opening up for other people, because we got to keep this to like around 2 hours. So
All right. So next week, let's plug next week. Next week, we're going to have two of my favorite authors, Katie Wells, who wrote the book on how Uber broke every single legislation in the country, and it's called Disrupting DC. And she's going to be on live, as well as we're going to have her send two winners of our audience her book free. It's a great book. I recommend highly to read it. We talked about it. Then in the second half of our guest program, we're going to have my good friend Brian Merchant, top journalist in LA Times, is going to be on. We're going to talk about his book called Blood in the Machine, and he gracefully is going to donate us 2 books for our audience. So 4 members of our audience is going to receive books from 2 amazing authors. And then we're going to do our usual song and dance. And next week, we are doing our cherry picking 101. Okay. And Ricky Jackson, I don't kiss up to anybody. They're just friends. So that's it. Yeah, that's the plan for next week. Should be an amazing show. Hopefully we won't have any YouTube problems, so we can see what's going on.
yeah, hopefully. And then anything else going on this week, or no?
Nobody, no.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we'll be back next week with our song and dance and a lot of good stuff there. But there's a couple of things. First off, if you haven't downloaded the free Upside app, make sure you do. Link is going to be in the description. Use code RSG25, get that 25, and that's going to help out. Also, if you want some more content from the Rideshare Guy, there is a free newsletter that you could sign up for. Link will be in the description below as well too. And also make sure you check out the website, therideshareguy.com, because there's a lot of great articles over there. Sergio knows, he's always plugging it, but this time
I'm writing there, bro. I write there. Okay. I am telling you, more than watching on YouTube, if you guys are into reading at all, and they're short articles, they're like probably 3-4 minute reads. We're not talking, lectures. We're not talking about 500-page books or articles, white papers. We're not talking about that. These are amazing articles. What?
Well, Josh put something in Buffalo Ironworks.
Okay, so please. Okay, again, I know you people don't like free things. This is free. Okay, go sign up. Just put your email address in, and you're gonna get an email notification every time an article, either by me or Jay or some other wonderful contributor, is written. It's got tips and tricks. It doesn't do anything else. You just gotta go read it, and it's free. And I think there is so much great information. I know today is all about TikTok and YouTube Shorts and this and that. Who cares? Just read once in a while. And seriously, I'm not pushing it for any other reason than it's a great read, and it's great tips in there for newbies as well as veterans. So just go to rideshareguy.com, sign up. It's easy to do. Free again. FREE, free.
And William, thanks for the super chat. I don't think we said that earlier, so appreciate that. Yes, hit that like button. With that being said, we are going to sign off. Enjoy and have a great rest of your week. Go out there, make some money, be safe, be smart. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.